Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel, Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading today, finding out what are the messages that come through, the cards that come out. Thank you so much for joining today's reading and for being here. So let's see what cards come through. So the first card that we have is the Nine of Cups showing up in the reverse. We have water sign energy. You could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, or even a Scorpio with this. We have the Hermit, which is showing Virgo energy. And we have a Ten of Wands. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Cups. So with the Six of Cups showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this is an energy of someone thinking really fondly about the past. I do feel like there is a sense of kind of remembering or missing a certain time or event that may have happened in the past. And I feel like they are holding it in high regards. They think of it positively. And I do feel like when it comes to any kind of encounter that may have happened, it's something that has imprinted on them and it's something that they still think about. And I do feel like they're thinking about it very positively and even with a little bit of a desire to be able to experience that with you. But I do feel like this person is in a space where it's either they are not only reminiscent but also missing you or longing for the past or the way things were in the past. And I do feel like this person is kind of holding the connection in a high like on a pedestal. It's like they are viewing it as having had been a really strong connection. I do feel like they could even be kind of viewing it as the one or the soulmate type of connection, and they have a special place. It has a special place in their hearts. So we do have the Nine of Cups showing up in the reverse. With this card showing up in the reverse, I do feel like with this card in the reverse, this is showing an unsatisfied energy. And I do feel like when it comes to emotionally, I feel like somebody's in a space where they're kind of struggling or they're feeling a little bit less than satisfied. They feel like something is missing. And I do feel like there's a desire to be able to kind of experience something that's going to fill a void. And I feel like it's coming from a place that's emotional. They feel less than whole. But we have the Hermit card, and with this card showing up here, I do feel like there is a sense of kind of being isolated and being in a space where a person is alone. You could be apart from this person. I do feel like they're kind of struggling through that, and being alone is kind of being interpreted as a feeling of loneliness. I do feel like there's this feeling of having something missing, and I do feel like with the Hermit card showing up over here, this is about kind of using time apart or being in some kind of solitude and using that time to really reflect on things. And I feel like someone is really in their, it's like they're in their feelings or they're thinking very much about, it could be about the past, but I feel like they're really introspecting and they really are in a space where they're doing some deep thinking. But we have the Ten of Wands. With this Ten of Wands, I do feel like this is an energy of kind of feeling a little bit burdened. So you may be feeling burdened by this connection, or this person may be feeling like it's something that they are not used to experiencing. It's almost becoming like burdensome on them because they aren't used to dealing with that part of, perhaps that part of their brain, that energy is something that's unfamiliar to them. And being in a space where they are kind of having to navigate that space is something that takes up a lot of energy. I do feel like it feels like it's a burden, but I do feel like with the Ten of Wands, this is about also reaching a point of almost being done with something and feeling almost fed up. I do feel like when it comes to this space, it's like it's driving someone to a point where they feel like they can't take it anymore. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Swords in the reverse. and the Ace of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So with the Queen of Swords, I am getting an energy of someone who's kind of in a space where it's like they are becoming a little bit bitter. I do feel like this is about being in a space where somebody feels like situation is, it's either that they feel like it's unfair or they feel like they've been hard done by. I feel like there is a sense of also kind of being in a space where somebody is alone. It's like their mind is construing. But with the Queen of Swords, I do also feel like this is about being able to gain a little bit of some clarity. And I feel like that is also kind of having to do with having some clarity on a relationship. And I feel like that is also something that is allowing for someone to be able to see a situation for what it is. It's like some clarity is going to be offered over here, or is something that somebody is gaining some insight on as far as a result of being able to kind of really introspect. I do feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, though, things may be moving slowly. This is somebody who wants to be able to kind of make their way to being able to either offer you something, be able to express something to you. But I do feel like they kind of go back and forth in their mind about whether it's the right time or the right thing to do. So they are kind of in a space where it's like they're delaying things. And I am getting that with the Knights of Pentacles, there's also consideration for other things, like more practical things, and whether it's going to be in the best interest of everyone involved to be able to come forward right now and say what they need to say or express and offer something. But I do feel like somebody really has that intention, but it's like they are in a space where they're deeply thinking about whether it's the right thing to do or it's the right time. We have the Nine of Swords showing up in the reverse. With this card showing up in the reverse under the Hermit, I do feel like this is about gaining some clarity, getting some insights. And I also feel like somebody being able to allow themselves to really go into and tap into a side that is unfamiliar to them. I do feel like doing some introspection is also offering a level of clarity that perhaps they may not have seen before. They are in a space where it's like they're thinking clearly. So I do feel like whether this is you're in a space where you're thinking clearly, your actions are also reflective of that. But we have the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups showing up over here, then getting an energy of a new beginning, turning over a new leaf, being able to experience a clean slate. And I feel like with this Ace of Cups, this may be coming from somebody who is new to the situation, somebody who's not involved, somebody that you're meeting for the first time. And with that Ten of Wands, do feel like there's a connection here that feels very burdensome, that's coming to an end. And I feel like it's like there's an agreement on both sides with being able to close that chapter, or being able to close the way in which things were being approached. It may have felt like it was one-sided and it wasn't fair to either of you because of that. With this Ace of Cups, though, I am getting a strong feeling of a new beginning. And I do feel like when it comes to the emotional side of things, that is something that is also kind of pushing this beginning. I do feel like you're connected in this new beginning with someone. I do feel like there is an opportunity to experience a strong connection, and being able to experience that taking off in a way that is like it's unfolding very beautifully. I do feel like someone has strong feelings, or they are in a space where they have a lot of feelings for you. And I feel like it's also a sense of appreciation, gratitude for you, even on the most the deepest level. So I also feel like there's a sense of friendship, camaraderie, even with that Six of Cups. And with that Six of Cups energy, I do feel like there could also be somebody who's kind of from the past wanting to be able to experience something and experience an encounter or an event with you. And I do feel like they still hold really positive feelings about you. So I'm going to clarify with the other cards. We have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the King of Pentacles, and we have the Eight of Cups. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. And with the Three of Swords, this is kind of a disappointing energy. I do feel like there is a sense of kind of being in a space where it's like something hurtful is happening. I feel like this is about being able to kind of experience some kind of hurt as a result of someone walking away with the Eight of Cups showing up here. So I do feel like there is some kind of a closing of a chapter or ending of a situation with someone. When it comes to how it's making someone feel, I feel like it's really is something that is affecting them. And I do feel like it's affecting them emotionally. And it is something that kind of does get to them. And with the Four of Pentacles, this energy of wanting to be able to hold on. I do feel like when it comes to being able to let go of something that no longer serves someone, they're procrastinating on being able to do that because they're unsatisfied with having to lose something. I do feel like there's a desire to hold on and keep something and not having to lose it. This may be a little bit of a difficult thing for this person to do. They may be kind of dragging their feet because it is something that's difficult to let go of. So I do feel like it's like there's an ending over here, and I do feel like it's also kind of empowering at the same time with that Eight of Cups showing up over there on top of the Ace of Cups. Because with that Eight of Cups, I feel like anything that is coming to a close is being replaced by something better. It's like walking away from something that is the bare minimum for something that is greater, something that is a better opportunity. I do feel like there is better to come. I do feel like there's this new beginning with that Ace of Cups too. But with the King of Pentacles, I'm also getting an energy of you could be dealing with somebody who is someone who's older. I do feel like there's someone who is afraid of having to have to start again. I do feel like they want to be able to be set in their ways. They may be in a space where they don't want to start again. I do also feel like they're very protective. And I feel like they're very protective of the connection of you and of even the memory of everything that you may have together or anything that you may have had in mind for the future. And there's a sense of wanting to be able to protect that. So I do feel like there's a very protective energy over here, and I feel like there's a desire to be able to stay in the connection or in your to be able to maintain your vision of them in a good light for as long as possible. The Knight of Pentacles showing up. So it's like there is a sense of procrastinating or holding off on being able to do and take action that's necessary to be done. So I'm going to pull out some cards from the other deck. Okay, so we have the Release Your Ex. And we have the Finances and Career card. And we also have the Separation card. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Let Go of Control Issues. Okay, so getting this let go of control issues and allow the situation to unfold naturally. Getting it pertaining to that Four of Pentacles, there's a desire to hold on. And I also feel like with this, there's a desire to be able to kind of control the way things are playing out and happening, especially that Knight of Pentacles. And I do feel like there's going to be a need for being able to kind of let go. With the Release Your Ex, I also feel like there is some kind of a releasing that is allowing more clarity to be brought into the situation. And I also feel like when it comes to being able to clear your energy, I do feel like being able to let go of something that is no longer serving you is also allowing for there to be more space for something better to take its place. But we do have Finances and Career. And with Finances and Career showing up above the King of Pentacles, I do feel like there is an energy of wanting to be able to focus in that area. And somebody is also in a space where they are really prioritizing their finances and career right now. I do feel like being able to do that is also something that's bringing a lot more clarity into the situation. And I feel like it's also bringing a more fulfilling situation to be able to unfold as far as the finances and career of someone. So we have separation, and I'm getting this pertaining to that 10 of Wands. And I do feel like with the 10 of Wands, this is the dropping of a burden. So I do feel like this connection is one that could feel burdensome, or it can feel draining. So I do feel like it's like letting go of something is also allowing for a lighter energy. And I do feel like it may take some time to be able to realize that, but I do feel like being able to let go of the desire to be able to control the situation is also allowing for new energy to be able to take its place. I do feel like with that Ace of Cups, this is an opportunity for something new, a new beginning. And I do feel like you will be all right when it comes to that. And I do feel like there is a need for clearing energy in the situation. So with that, I feel like there's need to make room. So I do feel like with the Queen of Swords showing up over here, she's very wise. And I do feel like with the Queen of Swords, this is an understanding of past situations that may have been hard, and learning from them and being able to kind of do the hard thing as a result of that, and having that understanding. I do feel like it's wisdom. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Sagittarius, and I'll speak to you in the next reading. Bye, Sagittarius.